Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of OafDiscussions. I'm your host, Kid Swift. With me as always, Mr. Brent.
Doing it for the culture today.
Yeah.
Shayna.
Just be honest, all these things look like a Build-A-Bay.
And Webb.
It looked like he died, and it's like, well, I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of OafDiscussions. I'm your host, Kid Swift. Man with the gift, hitter, uplift, always on top, but never switching shifts. With us, as always, is Mr. Brent in spirit, but he will be here in person in a matter of minutes. But
Yeah, he's doing the early bird special for
at Frisch's. And to my left, of course, Oakington's very own Spider-Man, Mr. Webb.
Yin yang in this thing.
Hey.
Oh, shit, I'm almost spoiling what I'm about to talk about in a second.
Hey.
Opening statement.
Yep.
Bob Ross is the man.
Yeah.
That pause made it look like you was ready to, like you were ready to confront that.
Yeah. No,
So hold on.
Okay.
Let's get to the facts here.
Let's see here. Yeah, let's break this. Let's unpack this. So where did that come from?
All this weekend, Bob Ross was on my TV. I was
Nice.
Twitch.
Oh,
where it's
nice.
like that marathon, just like
Yeah, just
constantly,
runs it.
just
Yeah.
constantly running Bob Ross. And I was sitting there listening to that to take a nap.
Yeah.
I was sitting there listening to it before it was time to go to bed. I was sitting there listening to it when I'm drawing or when I was working on my drawing.
Yeah.
Or just on the couch, not doing. Yeah, it was just
I mean, he's the original ASMR person.
damn near.
Yeah, like
Damn near.
That was kind of. He was the one that kind of spurred a generation of all these people that we see now that doing that. They were trying to figure out what the hell was going on and why we were so relaxed listening to Bob Ross. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. That's funny. I haven't watched that show in God, it's been so long, man.
Right.
It's crazy.
And it is crazy. It's especially just to just kind of just chill the fuck out and listen to him.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
go from there and just we have happy accidents here and just all of that. It's just kind of going like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
Last night we just got back from grocery shopping and went going to dinner.
Yep.
And my wife was in there playing some sort of computer game. Finally, she's playing video games.
Nice.
But it's like click and drag type Diner Dash or some shit like that. One of them type of games. But she's gaming at least.
You could get her on
It's something.
Maybe on some what is that? Oh my gosh, what's the name of that game? The shoot. Oh fuck, I can't remember the name of it. The game that Wooly and them have been playing like crazy. The one with the where you play as the mechs and you have to it's like on a grid base. It's like tactics.
I haven't watched those,
Yeah,
but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of the game, but yeah, maybe we can get on a tactics game or
Yeah,
something.
so she's playing and like she's minding her own business, and like I'm messing around on my phone playing my games, but also listening and watching Bob Ross.
Yeah.
And so there was this part where he was finishing up his landscape, which I mean, what else does he do?
Right. Yeah.
And then he sit there and just made one tree by itself, kind of in the forefront or foreground.
Yeah.
And then he sit there and said, "Trees don't like being lonely either." And then it's like sometimes you got to have a friend with her. And then Keisha sit there and looked up like, "Huh?" And then she repeated it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's profound, ain't it?"
Right.
I'm not doing that quote justice, but it was
Shit's
just
deep.
so shout out to rest in peace, Bob Ross.
That's funny because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he would just easily just weave in and out of those like.
Yeah. We don't make mistakes here. We call them happy accidents. And it's just, I love that quote.
Okay.
Just that one sticks with me for the most.
It's been good because I've managed to find like a couple of people that are kind of in that same calm vein that do a lot of like modular synth and like production stuff. So instead of painting, they're like explaining like how they're putting together like a patch. Like in a similar way, like we're just gonna put this patch cable.
This synth note right here.
Yeah, you should hear this waveform come in slightly, and then you just dial it in. You're like, okay, like this is great.
And the lead.
Yeah, that throws it off with the weird buzzing noises, but it works out, I guess. But yeah, until Brent gets here, we'll go into our normal stuff into the weeks and then get into our topics.
All right.
And hopefully he will join us soon. But yeah, with that being said, nothing too crazy happened this week. I did pick up couple new games. I've been buying games like a crazy person lately because it's always this time of year that's the worst because the Steam sale hits and usually Sony has like a summer sale and then there's always maybe like one or two like actual new releases, and I picked up a couple things on Steam sale for like most I spent was like probably $10 on a game because everything else was like $5 and like super cheap.
Well,
so that wasn't too bad. Picked up a couple things I've been wanting to play, and then jump back into Assassin's Creed Origins. That game is really fucking good. Like really fucking good. So I've been playing on that again, and then I also got this game called Octopath Traveler. Speaking of tactics games, like we were talking about, it's like old school Final Fantasy. Like if you think of like Final Fantasy like 6, like the old like sprite based Final Fantasy games that were on like the Nintendo. That's what this is, but it's made for like modern day system. It's for the Switch. It's a Switch exclusive. So it's pretty cool because the biggest thing, one, the combat system is amazing, but one of the biggest things about it is the art style is incredible. And basically what they did was they made it, because before, you used to, when you had like sprite-based games like this, they were obviously the sprites 2D, and they would normally just move like left to right pretty much, or like up and down kind of, but they would still be kind of like to the side. On this, basically what they've done is they've taken 2D art sprites and gave them full 3-dimensional movement. So, like, the backgrounds and everything are these, like, beautiful, like, painterly, crazy-looking environments and, like, towns and desert places and snow places and stuff. But because the technology has evolved, you've got the beauty of pixel art mixed with dynamic lighting and all this kind of stuff that you couldn't do before and wouldn't have been able to, like, dynamic shadows and stuff that you wouldn't have been able to do before, like, on the older, like, NES and Super NES. So it's really cool to see how they did it, and it looks gorgeous. And it's like an old school like JRPG, but it's really fucking fun so far, and I've been having a blast with it. So I'm gonna finish playing through that. Other than that, same old thing. Work's been kind of boring, which I guess is a good thing for everybody.
I would imagine.
Yeah, normally.
Especially with being the summertime. And
that's what I'm saying. It usually ramps up.
Out,
yeah, it usually ramps up, or there's some kind of ramp up, which we've had some, but not nearly is bad the past, I'd say, few weeks. There's been a few different like bad things, but it seems
nothing like a few years back.
Calm. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, other than that, finally got my my disc golf stuff I've been trying to get forever. I kept like putting
disc
off.
golf, like frisbee golf.
Yeah, yeah. So I picked up a set, a driver, and like basically like a equivalent of a wedge and then a putter disc, and it basically just varies based on the weight and the way the disc is designed in order to travel distances. So like, it's really fun. And the nice thing is around here, we've got some really good disc golf courses, and they're all free. Is the nice thing about it. They're just located in parks. Like there's one at Veterans Park if you're from the Kentucky area. And then there's like one at Jacobson Park. There's one at Shiloh. There's like one at each park. And it just depends, like there'll be varying difficulties. Because I mean, the nice thing about it is your barrier of entry, all it is you just need to pick up you can play with one if you want to. But normally they come in sets of 3. That's normally what you want is your driver, which is going to be your long range, what you tee off with. Then you have your mid range when you get on the fairway. Then you have your putter, which is when you're up close. And they carry different aerodynamics. They have different weight, so they carry differently based on your distance to the actual hole / what it is. It's a basket if you've ever seen it. And it's nice because you're playing in these like really nice parks and stuff, and you're like having to like the goal might be sitting like behind a tree, and you're trying to approach from the other side of the tree, trying to figure out how you can like either get it to bank around it or try to throw it like on the side and just like waste a stroke and then come in from like flank it like that way. So it's really cool. It's like pretty much the exact equivalent that you do in golf, but your barrier of entry is a lot lower because you don't need a club, balls, shoes. Like you don't have to. All you need is 3 frisbee, all 3 discs, and you're good to go. So and then all the courses
and you can
are
practice
free.
by grabbing some plates in your kitchen.
Yeah, right. And start throwing stuff out. But yeah, I'm planning on building a little like a little practice like goal in my backyard since I've got so much room out there. And that way, just like play. Because I mean, it's like I said, it's super relaxing. It's something you can do, hang out with friends and do. I've played a few times. I haven't been able to play this year yet, but I'm gonna start trying to do it more often. So yeah, that's been about it. Random but fun stuff.
That is what's up.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you, brother?
All right. It's been a mostly musical week for me.
Yeah.
With the exception of Bob Ross and relearning or reteaching myself to draw.
Yep.
It's been all music, damn near.
Nice.
So I can't remember when it started. It might have been Tuesday, Wednesday, one of them 2 days.
Yeah.
where I just went on an old Lexington rapper kick.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
I
great.
finally got a chance to listen to King Tucky by Divine Karama. I'm surprised I never got around to
I
that.
forgot. Yeah. That's right.
After that, I decided, you know what? Let me see what your boy 87's talking about. I went to
I remember you sent me that post.
I went on SoundClick.
Okay.
For the young
man,
people,
I forgot about that.
young people, not SoundCloud.
Oh,
I went to
man.
SoundClick
I forgot about SoundClick.
and went and just kind of played all the songs or most of the songs that he had on there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, well, let me listen to Noisemaker Productions and go from there.
Yeah.
And then I decided to listen to Talk to Me by Decipher.
Yeah.
His album.
Yep.
That I forgot the hits on there, and plus the tracks with Cassidy.
Oh, some good shit on there. Yeah. It's some good shit on there.
And I guess by natural progression, I ended up listening to City Peace Country Noise.
Very nice.
Next year it'll be 10 years that came out.
Oh, man. Now, see, I figured it was around that time for anybody out there that's listening. This is very inside Kentucky stuff, just so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, City Peace Country Noise was the album that we released, like you said, almost 10 years ago. I figured it was about right at that, getting close to that 10-year mark, because I sent you that notification that I got that your project had released 8 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, okay, I remember this was after City Peace, but I couldn't remember exactly how long.
Yeah.
So that was really funny, like seeing that and be like, man, it's been 8 years since that, but 10 years since City Peace. That's insane. And I love that cover with the colors, the different colors.
Oh, yeah,
the City Peace cover, yeah.
I don't... Okay,
And then it had the lines. It had the lines on the side.
I remember how it came about now.
Yeah.
Because that's what... Yeah, we were trying to figure out what
Yep.
we were going to do, and then he did... And then
Yep.
AJ did the colors.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, let's expand on that.
Yeah.
With my bootleg version of Photoshop.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so mad I don't have that laptop
Man.
or that crack code.
Oh yeah. It's so funny because I remember that, and then I remember when we did the Culture Exchange. I love that cover too because it's all of Nujabus's covers like mixed in the KY symbol. I really like that too. But speaking of Kentucky albums, the one that you didn't mention, did you listen to KY Aliens? Have you listened to that again recently?
Not recently.
Okay, yeah.
Not recently.
I
I was looking for it
love
because
that,
I wanted
man.
to listen to it at my desk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, well, shit. But I couldn't find a version. The closest thing I could find was a MySpace page.
Okay, yeah.
And
So-
no luck there.
So for the listener, how many years ago was that?
Shit. Well, obviously when MySpace was around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a bunch of Kentucky artists, including Cunning Linguist, if you've ever heard of them, Shiesty Christ, bunch of other guys. I mean, everybody you can think of, like as far as like artists around here.
All the people that were under Mad Militia, which
Yeah.
was the Lexington equivalent of Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as lyrics
Yeah.
and
yeah.
rotating cast.
Yeah. All of them got together and they did a album called KY Aliens, which is basically they took the whole AT Aliens and basically redid it with KY flair. And then they even, for the DJ parts, they got, what's his name?
JK47?
Yeah, they got JK47, which is a really good DJ from here in Lexington. And he did all the DJ parts, all the, like the classic, like scratching parts and stuff you think about when you think about AT Aliens. Like they redid all that and it came out really, really good. And it was fun to listen to, especially a different take on such a classic album. But just so everybody knows what we're talking about.
As I sit here and my wife Vita and Jay's contemplating how to get paid.
Yeah, it's so great.
It was just always funny. As I sit here and my wife Vita and Jay's, it's like, ugh.
Right? Yeah. You're like, what's your pants at? It's like that's all you
Nigga
got.
walking around like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. I hope you're at the house, man. Like, golly.
I wanted to animate that video so bad.
Yeah.
Where he's sitting there saying this. And he's just like on his porch like this, and like the guardrail on the porch just
blocking this.
It just happened to be blocking.
Somebody rides by there like staring and just runs into something. Yeah, no, that was great, man. I remember that like it was yesterday.
So speaking of old rap,
yeah, this caught me off guard before we started. To say the least.
Speaking of old rap, we decided to get tickets just on a whim to go see Chingy perform at Manchester Hall, which used to be known as Buster's.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And apparently,
was he the headliner?
He was the headliner. Petey Pablo and the Yin Yang Twins were also performing.
Wow.
So
what the heck? Petey Pablo, Yin Yang Twins, and Chingy. Good lord.
Yes.
I mean, that's hospital soundtrack right there.
For real. Damn near, yeah.
100%.
It's just as hot as it was when we performed opening for Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
It was still hot in there.
Really?
And I would.
It was hot as hell that day. I remember it specifically.
Yeah.
Because this was this yesterday?
No, it was Friday.
Friday. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. If I'm giving away when we record.
Yeah, we've done it already.
Yeah, it was Friday, and just going in there, it's like, fuck, it is hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just kind of like everybody just kind of muggy. Bathrooms are lined up is to the point. It's like the women, obviously, they're gonna always take the longest in the bathroom.
Absolutely.
They had a long ass line that started to snake a little bit, and it got to the point where the women started going into the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
And I remember like one of the couple times I went, there was like 5 women in one stall, and I think they were just kind of rotating around there, like as a buddy system. And I was like, nah, I don't love my people. I'm not cool with my friends enough to sit there and just watch you shit or piss, whichever it is.
Right, exactly.
You're sitting down regardless. I'm not trying to see you cop a squat.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, but I hope you don't for safety. It makes sense for safety reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I hope you don't have to go number 2 during the Chingy concert.
It's like sit there and just do that. Let me just kind of turn to let me just look at the stall.
Right.
Just
stare at the wall.
Just stare at the stall.
Creepily peer through the crack in the wall.
Start writing on there or something.
Creepily just, stare through.
Just don't have me
at
look
door.
at you.
Yeah. That way when people come in, they just see an eye like peering.
I'm sitting there thinking a 40-year-old virgin. Hold my hand.
Yeah.
Hold my goddamn hand, man.
Yeah.
We could have went home for this.
Right. Exactly. I watched that the other day. I got to that part. I died laughing. I forgot how funny that fucking movie was.
So yeah, sweating. We were all sweating. I ruined my white Vans because of drunk people. Drunk white people. It's just kind of woo all over the place.
Yeah.
I already told you that one thing I'm not going to say on the podcast.
That works.
I didn't really break up a fight. I had no business breaking that up. This ain't back in the day, like when NERD were performing.
Yeah.
This dude was mad that there was a black dude that was mad that his girlfriend was dancing on a white dude.
Okay.
I don't know if he would have been I don't know which part he was upset with exactly.
Yeah, was it a racial issue or was it not?
Either way, there were problems.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know which thing he was more mad at.
Right.
But he was mad. I didn't know what he was going to do. And I was like, hey, man, it's cool. You ain't got to worry about all that. And it's like security took for fucking ever to sit there and show up. Well, not forever. It just felt like a long time.
Yeah.
Just on account that like it was happening right next to us.
Yeah.
It was happening right next to us. And I was like, hey, man, chill. And it was like, hey, yo, what the fuck you doing? It's like, they were sitting like, wait, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's like,
I don't want people to start. Yeah.
It's like we paid money to be. I don't like paying money to leave.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
We ain't even getting.
Gotta turn the damn lights on.
Speaking of paying money,
he said he ain't did right there yet. I want to hear right there before we get out of here.
It was before Chingy got on.
Okay.
He was the headliner. Okay. It was Petey Pablo and Yin Yang Twins. I missed Petey Pablo's entire set.
Oh man.
Waiting in line to get a drink.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How long was this? How long did he do? Like 30 minutes?
Probably not even
like
for real.
Minutes?
It might have been 15, 20.
That's really short.
Freak a Leak, obviously. Yeah. He did Goodies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's such a weird. Oh, it might be Brent. Hold on. Mail call.
Does the ringing pick up on the microphone?
Yeah. Well, no, not on the microphone. You hear it.
Oh, okay.
Can y'all hear me?
LL Cool B, what is going on with you?
Oh man, how y'all doing?
We are doing great.
We were in the middle of Webb's awesome story about his Chingy concert he went to this weekend.
Oh, please tell me more.
All right. So as I was in the middle of saying, I was in line for a drink and missed Petey Pablo's entire set.
That sucks.
He did Freak a Leak. He did Goodies.
It's so funny, man.
He might have did North Carolina. Come on, raise up.
Are you serious?
I hope he did.
I think everybody was probably expecting that. That's the one. Like, come on, please.
I wanted to be there. It's like just see, okay, who else is gonna sit there and really take their shirt off and spin it around?
What's the other one? The one that you did on Drumline? And I told y'all, anybody have me? Y'all
I was hoping. Yeah. I'm mad because I remember the Diary of a Sinner.
Yeah.
That was the name of that album.
Yes.
I'm pissed because I took a picture with Petey Pablo and I couldn't remember the name of the damn album. It was like, hey, man, I really love your album.
You're like, damn it. You're like, damn it. No.
Was pissed.
No, Petey.
I went through all that trouble to get a picture with him. I walked out to the area where everybody was smoking, and then like he was just kind of getting some air. People were taking pictures of him, and somehow, some way, I ended up taking pictures of other people on my phone.
He got pictures of random people.
I got pictures of random people with Petey Pablo, including myself. That picture's ugly. I don't know if I want to sit there and even post it for real. And the fact that I sit there and embarrass myself by not remembering the album that I was gonna say I love too.
Man,
Diary of a Sinner, son of a bitch.
I love that it just came into your head.
Right, 2 days later. But I went through all that trouble sitting there just like kind of sifting through all the smokers and like taking pictures of other people. And this one dude sat there and came up to him right when I was sitting there in the middle of trying to finesse my way in there.
Yeah. And
he was like, "No homo, man, but can I take a picture with you?" Me and Petey Pablo at the exact same time. I was like, "Why would that be homo?"
Are you serious? Did y'all audibly say it?
Yeah. At the exact same time, I was like, "Why would that be homo?"
Yeah.
And then
You're right.
he was, I don't know, man. Can I take a picture? It's like, yeah. So yeah.
That's really funny.
And so now you got me feeling fucking awkward because I gotta take a picture immediately after you.
Right, exactly. He said you try to downplay my picture. You fucked up my vibe. Because you want to come in here insecure and shit.
Yeah.
That's great. Man.
So
I love that. So
Yin Yang Twins were next.
Oh, you couldn't hear me in nothing I just said. Damn it.
But you weren't hitting mute?
I thought you were just listening.
I was muted. I've been commenting as well, laughing. Keep going, sir. Keep going.
All right. Yin Yang Twins were next.
Nice.
Or the Yin Yang Orphan, it seemed like.
Oh.
Because Kane, the skinnier one, the taller one, he was solo for like half this, 3/4 of his set.
Really?
Yeah. D-Rock didn't show up until like the very end. We thought, oh, damn, they only sit there and got enough billing to sit there and get one Yin Yang. They got Ying. They forgot Yang.
You're right, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Ying. Everybody's like, you gonna fuck it? Okay.
And it's like he at least rapped D-Rock's parts as well. Because that'd have been awkward.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, absolutely. They just cut
it's
the
like, boom, it's on. Real niggas will rock your dome. Hi. Boom. What's happening? It's like,
everybody's like, wait a minute. Wait. Or at least he could give
to
a
the
hand.
window. To the sweat job. It's like, come on, man.
It's like, dude, I can't.
You know how much more effort you got to put in there just to like stop and be like, all right, just my parts.
Yeah, he's counting the time in his head
to do that.
Yeah, he's counting the time in his head, like 1, 2, 3. Window 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Right.
But no, he did all the verses.
Okay.
So it was
really funny.
Obviously I just said it, Get Low.
Yeah, Get Low.
They did Miss New Booty.
Okay.
Bubba Sparks' note didn't make a surprise appearance.
Damn it. I saw Bubba Sparks. I mean, Bubba Sparks was performing at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Round County one day, like after I was there one time. Huh. I was like, really? I was like, all right.
I'll be damn.
That works.
They did Salt Shaker from what I remember.
Okay.
Or he did Salt Shaker.
That's so
he did freaking
weird.
He did Get Low. He did Miss New Booty.
Oh my god! I wonder if he ate like some bad shellfish was in the bathroom.
Maybe,
or something. Like,
maybe.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he had a stomach.
Hopefully
he
wasn't.
Nah,
they
do it
Lexington.
yourself then. All right.
Right. He got mad. He got mad at him.
You bad. You the team.
Right.
You say I'm a player too.
The one, what was? I can't remember the one with Pitbull. It's like.
Oh yeah. What is that?
I can't remember. Shake. Is it just called Shake?
It might be. I just remember that being on all those breakdancing movies.
Yeah, or Breaking. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, it was on Breaking.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because that part. Yeah.
No, yeah, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. If I'm not, yeah. But anyway,
the original, yeah.
I digress. And then he showed up near the end for like I can't remember the song now.
That's so funny.
That was weird.
Yeah, that's.
I thought this song was called "Damn You Fine."
But the one with
no, the Pitbull. It's called Shake. It's coming back to me now.
It is called Shake.
I'm pretty sure.
It's that beginning. It's like, damn, you fine. That's all I remember.
That whole
saying
fine. This one's a killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lying in people's ears.
And the main event, Chingy.
Yeah.
Exactly as I expected.
Right. That's all I can say. Exactly what I expected.
Yeah. I mean, he went through his hits. Yes.
That's great.
Did he have more than 4 hits?
More than 4, I'm sure. Baller Baby. God, what the right there. Shit, you just said it. Pulling Me Back, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I always like that beat.
Did I already say Holiday Inn?
No.
Okay.
That's the one I was thinking about.
That's 4. Boom. Right.
That's 4 at least, and I'm sure there was a 5th maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about. I always like Pulling Me Back. I like that beat.
Yeah, and
who sung the hook on that?
which one? Pulling Me Back?
Yeah.
One Call Away. Also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one I'm thinking about. One Call Away. Yeah.
Featuring what's the name from
when
ATL?
you were my lady.
If you was my baby.
If you was my baby. Yeah, I forgot about that fucking song. Yeah, I really like that. The beat I really liked. I remember I always used to like that song.
Yeah, so.
That's so funny, man.
Pulling Me Back at Tyrese.
That's who it was.
Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yes, it
that's
was.
Who it was. I was trying to think. Well, it's good. I'm glad he's still performing because I remember there was that like for a while there were like stories that like he had like a mental breakdown and stuff. Remember that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
He kind of went off the deep end a little bit, but I'm glad he seemed. I guess he's healthy. That's good.
Yeah,
it's an interesting bill. That's a really interesting bill. Before he started telling the story, Brent, I was telling him that when I was out in L.A., of course, it was coming up on it was like the week lead up to the BET Awards, and there was like some club that I was looking at because I was just looking to see what to do. One night, and I was seeing if there was any shows going on and stuff because I was like, it's LA, there's probably somebody performing somewhere. So I looked up on the shows, and then the first thing that popped up was there was like a club that was having a concert with Jermaine Dupri, DeBrat, Nelly, I think like Ludacris and somebody else.
You should have went to that.
Like, I mean, it was like all like early 2000s like fucking jams, man. Because I was like, damn, like that's a hell of a wow.
That's one of them. Like you're like, yo, I went to that concert, and then we went to the after party for some reason,
right?
And then it was
we just got
house,
in, yeah.
And then we end up getting waffles in the morning with Jermaine Dupri. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like it's one of them. Like me and the brat, we ended up eating waffles at Roscoe's.
At Roscoe's, at Roscoe's at like 3 a.m. after the show. Yeah, it was so funny. It was such a strange lineup, but it was especially out of nowhere in 2018. I love the fact that you found that Chingy concert though. Like,
I kept seeing it on my Instagram. Like everybody, not Instagram, Snapchat. Everybody was like Snapchatting that. So I saw part of the concert. I was like, oh, okay,
that's great.
Okay, I felt like being like, hey, do you see such and such there?
Right. Yeah.
They're Snapchatting as well.
Right.
Like, I feel like doing that.
You're just buddying up people over the internet. Yeah. That's really good. Well, with that being said, you want to go ahead and let Brent tell us about his week real quick?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, I listened to 5 albums that were new as of this year.
Yep.
Rather than all that old school music I've been listening to. So I listened to, we'll review them later. Summer Pack by Childish Gambino.
Yep.
August Greene by August Greene.
Yep.
Comprised of Common, Robert Glasper, and Kareem Riggins.
Yep.
Rolling Papers 2 by Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
Mansion Music by Chief Keef.
Yep. Didn't listen to that one.
And Sire, the Electric album, which is a electric version of Jaden's Sire album.
Sire, yep.
I don't have too much to say about those last 2, but hopefully we'll be able to get going depth on those third.
That works.
Mr. LL Cool B.
How you doing, bro?
Hey. Oh man, I'm good. What have I been doing this week? I just got through watching Skyscraper with The Rock.
Nice. Very good.
And
very good. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's to take a page out of Shayna. It was one of those movies where like typically what is it called? What did she say? The Impossible White Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like that, but The Rock was the Impossible White Man.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, and he was just doing stuff that I was like, really?
That's funny.
But like that it's aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like in that Die Hard way, like it's aware of itself.
It knows like, how over the top it is.
Like this is over the top, but over the top. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, right. Know? Absolutely. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Nice. Very nice.
Do I need to rate it or something like that? Or am I good right now?
No, you're fine right now. You don't have to. It's been really interesting because I think like, and I'm gonna say this again probably when Webb gets back, but I feel like The Rock's been on a roll with movies that I always expect to fail.
So peep this.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his charm right now. So The Rock right now, I think is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Not because I think he's like this amazing actor, like he has these like amazing actor moments.
Right.
And when I say that, when you think of like, let's say Denzel.
Or Denzel, Daniel Day-Lewis, like those kind of guys.
Say Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. And
okay.
Leo.
Leo, or I would even go with what's his face? Leo's probably the newest one. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. He's good. Yeah.
Some of Tom Cruise's stuff. Like these people have. Hold on, I'm missing somebody.
You're trying to make sure you don't leave anybody out.
All right, I'm sorry. I went to piss. So
Webb just got back. Basically, what he's trying to do is talk about like the reason why he likes The Rock, why he thinks The Rock is like one of his favorite actors, and it's not because of his extremely high like acting strength. It's more about the charm of The Rock.
Yeah, and he's no slouch.
No, he's
when
not.
it comes to his acting either.
No,
he's not a slouch as an actor.
No,
it's just
but
like that.
He's still finding his range.
Yeah, he exudes charisma.
Like the biggest one.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest one that kind of completely proved me wrong was that Jumanji movie. I was like, this movie's gonna like fucking.
You thought
die
that
so hard.
After I saw Be Cool, I was like, he can't. Be Cool is
obvious
of movies, but I love it.
I didn't think it would injure The Rock. I just didn't think it would make any money, and it fucking destroyed
It's
at the box
Jumanji.
office.
How could it not make money? That's
because
like,
people hate remakes, and Robin Williams had recently passed.
Yeah, and it was like you're taking
when
something that's beloved old and remaking it in fucking like
that's all that's happening now.
I know, but everybody bitches about it all the time is what I'm saying.
They bitch, but they still go see it. Like you can complain all you want, but you're still gonna throw your dollars at it. So it's like being at a strip club. All right. You see something that you don't like. There might not be the coldest strippers ever.
It's like,
but
like
you're still there, and you're like, you know what? For the entertainment value
I
here. Let me share some of my coins.
Like you
to the entertainment of this.
Okay, that works.
Let me enjoy some of this entertainment, even though this isn't the cream de la cream.
I just imagine that Louis C.K. joke where he throws that pouch of coins.
Oh,
it's like, here you go, and he's like, I'm
still gonna get. I'm gonna get kicked out of the strip club for rolling quarters.
No, I'm just thinking of
hobgoblin.
You sitting up front. You just disgusted at the front stage, but you're not moving, and it's like you're still tipping.
Yeah,
it's just. Just kind of just like
just nastily throwing the dollars up there.
I've done that before. I was at Camelot West.
Oh, pity tips.
Of course,
Of
course,
pity tips.
Camelot West.
Oh, pity tips. I gave tip one time so they'll just go away. I was like, here you go. Just go over there. Just go.
Go do that over there.
Get out of my field. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't want to accidentally see you.
Camelot West. That was still
the power
of
Washington compels you. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Oh my God. It was like if I was Quagmire that night, the old dividing ride would have been like, no.
I'm done.
No,
thank you.
Leave. Let us leave.
Right? Yeah, let us be, woman.
Let us leave. Let's see what we find in Walmart.
That's really
all
funny.
right.
Oh Jesus.
Good
Camelot
God.
West is by far that was the most horrible strip club I've ever been in, and it was because it sucked and
bad.
then two, the one of the chicks looked like one of the roaches from Man in Black.
Well, damn.
Like they were built like the roach. They'd be like, "Yo, Jay."
Oh, you're talking about the alien things.
Yeah,
let's get some coffee. Like that's how they were built.
That's really.
Yikes.
Oh God.
But I'm not gonna say Walmart
You're
though.
welcome.
So Skyscraper.
Yes,
you enjoyed.
What wasn't built like that was this massive skyscraper.
Right. Yeah.
All right, from the Rocks movie.
Yeah.
And
it was a letdown. It was actually a low rise.
Right, yeah. Like 10 stories. It's like 10 stories.
But no. I think The Rock. He's one of those people, like, I can watch him in what I would normally consider to be like, this is going to be a B movie. Like, this is going to be maybe it don't have a crazy plot. Maybe it don't even have a good enough plot at all. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe it's just like, what is going to get us from point A to point D by the end of the movie?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And The Rock's one of those people who I can watch a movie like that because I'm not expecting him to make me cry. I'm not expecting him to have these like deep moments where like Denzel looks at a camera and makes a couple faces like an old man and slams on some packs of cigarettes or does a weird laugh that you're like, okay, I'm with him there. Like, oh, he died for the baby, or what the hell was her name? For $1 Million Baby.
Oh,
but she got crippled. $1 Million Baby, like,
yeah,
and Hilary Swank.
Yeah, Hilary Swank.
Who are you trying to remember?
Both, because they had that scene where she gets crippled.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was like one of the closest I've ever wanted to cry in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one. I felt it.
Yeah.
No tears came, but I felt it.
Right.
But
you don't expect that from The Rock, obviously.
I do not.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. He's basically this generation's Will Smith.
I got a question and a follow-up.
I like that.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, you mentioned Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember this? This is my first movie that I was like, okay, I fucks with The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this movie called The Rundown?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
He did the rock bottom.
That's the wood. That's the wood plank. That's
Opening
the wood
scene.
plank movie. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that movie.
All right. So the opening scene, he's pretty much a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And he was going into the club to get this football player's ring.
Yeah.
As collateral, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And as he went into the club, Arnold Schwarzenegger was walking out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
And he sit there and on his way out, he sit there and told The Rock, "Enjoy the party."
That's great.
And in a sense, that was kind of like his way of saying, like, "Hey, you got it now."
Right.
He was passing the torch as far as action heroes,
as
far as action hero goes.
That's great.
Would you consider him along the lines of the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, meaning like just people come to see him, people come to sit there and show, like, to see whatever action movie that he's doing. He does have a bit of acting. He has some acting range.
Yeah, he does.
But you're not there for that. No. You're there for The Rock.
Yeah, you're there.
Would you?
He draws.
Would you view him as that more Arnold Schwarzenegger or Will Smith or a combination or?
I would say more Bruce Willis. If we were picking another movie star, more than Arnold Schwarzenegger, like.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. I gotta probably somebody who has like more clout than Bruce Willis would be Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I mean,
all
he's
right,
up there
because Sylvester Stallone can do an action movie whenever he wants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he could even do it more than Arnold Schwarzenegger, even though that's Arnold's lane, basically 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But
and Sylvester has actually aimed to do more dramas than action as well.
Yeah.
Not as many dramas as action movies.
Yeah.
But he is at least he's tried to be in comedies and dramas to kind of sit like, no, I'm more than this. It was like, nah, you still got that speech impediment. We don't. In the beginning, they didn't care, and then
right.
For him to kind of get his start, pretty much writing Rocky.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Well, porn star if you roll with that, but
it's
I'm
Italian style.
I'm joking. We're not going down the Italian stallion.
Okay, but I'm sorry. Finish your point about the Bruce Willis bit, because
okay, I would probably pick him over Arnold Sylvester. Because when I think of Arnold, I only think of just one-liners. Like, I only think, like, what old movie is he going to bring into this and how? Right? And I don't feel like The Rock has catchphrases like that.
He doesn't.
In movies, right?
Yeah, in movies.
Because he got catchphrases.
Wrestling-wise, he got catchphrases.
Yeah,
but, like, movie him, Dwayne Johnson does not have
He doesn't say, like, the same line every time. It'd be annoying.
Well, I guess he has one with Hobbs, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say he's more Will Smith because he's like box office. Like every time he shows up, he's killing the box office. So if he puts something out in May or June or whenever, this is what, July. If he puts something out in July, he's that guy. Like you're running away from The Rock. I think he's getting to that level where The Rock's dropping a movie, whether it's a comedy or whatever. You make way because The Rock's dropping a movie. Do you really want to go up against that Titan? And I think that's where he is now, where he's kind of really a Titan.
Yeah.
And that's why I compared him to Will Smith, because I think Will Smith had more acting range.
Yeah.
But a lot of his movies is literally built off of his charisma.
Yeah. Oh,
okay. Just like The Rock, and that's why I was rolling with that. But
absolutely, I can see that definitely. I like the fact. I mean, I'm excited because it's. I do like the Bruce Willis comparison, but I am in that vein where I'm like, when I see The Rock on something that usually does, like you said earlier, Brent, boosts the excitement of the movie overall for me. Unless it basically to comparison, if it was just like some other person, like if it was just Skyscraper starring whatever.
Skyscraper could have been Bruce Willis.
Fucking Chris,
because Bruce Willis, you don't need much. He gonna say yippee-ki-yay somehow, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and he's gonna do this ridiculous shit where you're like, Bruce, really? He's gonna be even
that depends.
He's gonna be in pain for 45% of the movie.
That depends.
He's gonna be in pain for 45%.
Because Bruce Willis has an interesting arc as far as action movies, which is why I wanted to disagree. I'm sorry. I've been waiting to disagree with you, but no. Here's what I meant. As far as Bruce Willis, as far as the first Die Hard movie, because people did not envision him to be an action star because this motherfucker was singing, or he used to be a singer before this. So that's
the Fifth
strike
Element
one.
Before Die Hard? Sorry.
Before Die Hard, this man used to be a singer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But strike one.
The fifth? Okay, strike one. Cool. Okay. I'm staying on task.
Okay. Strike two, Die Hard. As far as he was more, McClane was supposed to be more of an everyman.
Yeah,
as far as like with Schwarzenegger, swatting off bullets or sitting there just kind of
Predator. I think that Predator,
fighting aliens,
fighting aliens by himself.
Yeah. Bruce Willis is sitting there just going like floor by floor, trying to sit there and just outsmart a group of quote unquote terrorists.
Yeah,
as a kind of word. Injured.
Most of the movie.
Injured most of the movie. Just like he fucked his feet up. Yeah. He's sitting there just bloody. He's like just kind of
smart ass.
He was always
that's
fighting.
One of my favorite scenes.
He was always fighting through pain.
Yeah.
Before you go on, that is still one of my favorite scenes in all movies.
Yeah.
Was they shoot the glass out because they know he doesn't have shoes on.
Yeah.
And he has to go through the glass, which cuts up his feet, leaves trails, everything. Like
even if he didn't have feet, the fact that he would still have to crawl through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he would still have to crawl through it. Like it was that moment was like made me.
Like, even though he didn't,
I was like, this movie's amazing. Like that's.
I think so.
Did I say even though he didn't have feet?
Did he say? I think he did.
Did I say that?
Did I say shoes?
No.
Did I say shoes or feet?
I think Webb said feet. I think Webb said feet.
Even if he didn't have any feet, he'd still have to.
I'm pretty sure you said feet.
I was positive. Still, he would still have to crawl through, even if he didn't have feet.
Yeah, but it still works either way. I'm pretty sure
The Rock only had one foot.
That's really cool.
Oh wow!
I forgot about they did that.
Yeah, and shit started getting more ridiculous as far as action movies go with Bruce Willis as it went on. Like as you mentioned, Red or Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard was bad shit.
Or Death Wish.
God, that movie was so fucking over the top.
So and it looks like, and it's weird because like as the older Bruce Willis gets, the older it looks like he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
as opposed to
they use that as his whole like character when he came into G.I. Joe. He was just like the grumpy old fucking Joe.
Yeah, but he's a grumpy old Joe.
Yeah, all the time.
In all these movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Most recent Expendables. Yeah. Or not the most recent, excuse me, but one of the Expendables that had just a fucking Ocean's 11 of action heroes. Yeah,
absolutely.
Now,
I like that Bruce Willis though, especially when he's around people that are like on the others.
Curmudgeon.
Yeah, I love that. When like everybody else is kind of like, yeah, let's go. And then he's like,
I already know it's gonna be bodies after bodies.
Like that's one of my favorite parts when he's in the back of the thing.
He's just brooding.
When when he's in the back of the and he shoots the gun, he's like, "You okay?" My blood pressure's a little high. No, he's like, my cholesterol's a little high. She's just like, fucking.
He gets out of Red. He's like, he's like reversing or driving. And literally, like, just the door opens and he walks out shooting.
The opposite of that scene from Wanted.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, I was like, for real.
Yeah, it was so smooth. Bruce. It was ridiculous.
You didn't even stumble, fall. You just
nah,
for real.
Yeah. Ain't no way your old ass.
No. Right, exactly. Like, that's the thing. Yeah,
you would die. Like you would get hit by the car under the wheel.
Or would have dislocated his hip, even if it didn't spin out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, but two things I want to see from The Rock. I want to see him in a heist movie.
That'd be good.
And I want to see him in like an Expendable.
I want to see him in a drama because that's that's not something that he's for real has done compared to a Will Smith, other than a bunch of blockbusters. But he's also in or did dramas. what was it called? 6 Degrees of Separation.
Oh yeah.
7 pounds.
Spin, right?
7 pounds.
I'll give you 7 pounds.
I would like to. The farthest I think.
Collateral Beauty. That is a weird ass movie.
Absolutely.
It's not. No, I'm sorry. It's not weird in the premise.
Yeah.
It's just weird in the. Why did this story go in the direction that it went?
Yeah. No.
I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
It was.
So
I definitely agree with that.
The Rock in a drama would be interesting, but I feel like he's gonna have to go like the Manchurian Candidate. No, it's not that one.
That'd be interesting.
The one with Denzel saves the little girl.
Oh, Man on Fire.
Man on Fire. I feel like if he goes drama, he's gonna have to go that or Book of Eli. Because he's still an action.
See, that's what I'm thinking, like action drama. Yeah. See, I was thinking the most he could probably go to. Realistically, what I'm thinking is like something like No Country for Old Men, where it's like it's more tense than it is just like straight up drama.
And he's already done silly comedies a la Schwarzenegger, with like similar to Junior.
No, right. And then
the stand up
Game Plan, Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. What's the one where he was with
Danny
DeVito?
With Will Ferrell, where him and Samuel Jackson were the cops.
The other guys.
Oh yeah, the other guys. Yeah, that was good.
He can do buddy cops. He can do comedy.
Yeah, that was great.
But I would like to see him have a role where it's like it's not tense action the whole time. Like as the plot point, even though those are the two, I was like, that would probably be the best or one of the smartest moves to like transition. Mm-hmm. But if he's gonna be like the action hero, mm-hmm. I want to see him like Expendable style. With others who have like, I want to see him in Expendables. I do.
I think it's
the fast thing gives him that. Yeah. That like he's up there with other big name actors. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I think the Hobbs spinoff movie I think will be pretty interesting to see because it's just gonna be batshit.
What's Jason Statham's character's name in the Fast and Furious? I wanted to say Parker, but only because of that.
Parker. Because you think about the intro to that Fast and Furious movie where they fought in that office, like that was great. And I was reading this really good article, like that was following him. It was like a men's fitness article where they followed him like to figure out like his workout and stuff like that.
It's stupid.
And he talked about like that was like in all the people that he's had to go up against, all the people he's had to fight. He said that was like he's the hardest he's ever had to fight. Because he said Statham's fucking strong as shit, and he doesn't like. You can tell he's strong, but he doesn't like The Rock looks big.
Yeah,
like Statham looks normal, kind of, but then if he takes his shirt off, you're like, oh shit.
How do you say it? Sinewy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So he was like, he's one of those things where like if you're not coming with it, like you'll get snuck like real quick. Like
he don't seem like he takes a second. He don't take nothing off.
No.
Like I feel like he gonna give you 110. Yeah. You better match 110.
Yeah.
Or they might have a rewrite.
Right, exactly. We're gonna write your ass out.
You might took this L.
That's why I think I'm excited about that movie between him and Statham. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that should be good. They got that chemistry. That I would definitely watch them in some different movies. Like they got that chemistry of
to do that.
Like personalities as actors, or however you want to say it.
Right.
Like to make a movie really, really good. Because both of them can be serious. They can fight. Mm-hmm. They can dial it back and be like comedic.
Yeah.
And then they can always have that like yin and yang. Like we're only doing this together because that's a bigger force.
Yeah. He said we really hate each other, but like if we weren't together, we'd be fighting each other type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That works. I like that. Oh, speaking of which these actually kind of ties into something that happened this week, but I'm actually getting more and more excited for The Rock's side of the whole Shazam thing because they're starting to release like pictures of what's his name in the Shazam outfit and stuff.
Oh, and Zachary.
How do you say
Levi? Is it Levy or Levi?
I think it's Levi.
Okay.
I think it's Levi. But we haven't obviously seen The Rock as Black Adam yet, so I'm very interested to see how that
hopefully this doesn't become another solo situation where everybody's more excited for the for the POC character
exactly.
than the main lead.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm cool with that. As soon as I heard, I was like, Black Adam. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you do.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do.
Hopefully it's good.
So I'm judging hard on this one.
Absolutely.
I mean, DC's kind of
they haven't deserved anything else. I mean, they haven't earned anything else but us to kind of be hard on them.
Oh man, Aquaman comes out this year too.
Yep.
No, I'm judging hard. Judging hard. Like villains, I judge hard.
Yep.
Heroes, whatever.
Right.
But villains,
yeah.
Those are the characters I'm looking for in the movie. Like,
nice.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not. The next, if they ever make another Transformer, I'm not looking to what the Autobots are doing. I don't give a crap.
That's all it focuses on, for real. I mean, hell, they even had to make Optimus a villain in the last night.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, he's all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Better than Megatron.
Watch your mouth.
Megatron. in the Transformer movies, Megatron has been such a non-factor.
Yeah, he was.
Especially, he didn't even show up till like the last 15, 20 minutes of the first movie.
We're not doing it. We're not doing this.
Second movie, he had to play bitch to the, what was it, that dude with the, what was that dude with the staff?
Dan, the old guy.
The Fallen? Was it the Fallen?
Oh, the Fallen, yeah.
Okay. And then the third one, Soundwave stole his thunder with that damn snake.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They haven't had a proper
Megatron wasn't even
movie.
He wasn't in the
he wasn't in the third one.
There was one he wasn't in. There wasn't one he was
It had to have been the third one then, because it was focused on like some old friend of Optimus's.
Because I think Starscream popped up every once in a while, like to just be like, ee, and then fly off again. Like
They haven't done a legit, like they haven't done Megatron right. And that's the disappointment. That's why I walk away from the movie every time disappointed. I'm like, again, it was kind of like seeing the Hulk get whooped and then like not showing his face for the rest of the movie.
Oh no, except Hulk kept showing his face, but still getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's funny.
That would be a better Megatron kept. Megatron stayed bitch made in these Transformer movies.
That's so funny though. God, I still remember that. That's so.
Let's move on to the next subject.
So funny to me.
We're not doing this.
It's so funny.
We're not doing this.
Oh, we're gonna come back to this. One day.
That's cool. We can come back to this.
Speaking. Okay, so I've outraged Brent.
Outraged for you, Megan. You're right.
All right, let's continue. Let's continue the OAF train, or OAF is an outraged as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, look, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So what do you got?
Right. So as far as the news goes,
Transformers.
The founder of Papa John's, John Schnatter, resigns as chairman of the board after using a racial slur. Yep. Now, I'm paraphrasing or trying to paraphrase here. He owned roughly 30% of Papa John's. As of March 12th, his stake was worth $622 million. Though a recent decline in the company's stock price now values it at $4.79 as of the close of trading on Wednesday.
It's actually a lot less than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and a bunch of people that Papa John, or a bunch of sports teams and schools have dropped Papa John's as far as being listed as like a sponsor or affiliations and go from there. As a matter of fact, Papa John's Stadium is no more as far as the University of Louisville is concerned.
Get them out of here.
They are now announcing it as the Cardinal Stadium.
That's great. That's great.
Better than Kroger.
I'm gonna let you keep doing your spiel.
Better than Kroger. Was it Kroger Field?
It's Kroger Field. It pisses me off so bad.
Oh, you talking about that Lexington one?
God, it's so
yeah, that Lexington one.
It's Commonwealth Stadium.
It's it makes
Kroger Field.
Why? Like, okay, I mean money, but still, why?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking annoying.
All right,
can take yellow bags there now.
All right, so I'm trying to find the exact quote as far as what he said on the conference call. It was something along the lines of Colonel Sanders used to sit there and just say nigger or something along the lines. I'm mad that I can't get the actual quote.
I think it's like the Colonel Sanders used to refer to or call black people niggers, and then there was another quote that was in Indiana, black people used to be drugged by the trunks of people's cars.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, damn.
You want me to jump back in here?
You okay?
Okay, he was complaining regarding...
Breathe, man. Breathe. Don't get that angry, man. Breathe. Woosah.
Regarding Colonel Sanders using the N-word and saying that didn't get any backlash back then. It's like, well, motherfucker, this was back then. It's like back when they had to eat separately.
Yeah, that's the most ass backwards.
This is back when
excuse.
Water fountains were divided.
Right,
as I choke on this water.
Right, yeah. And that was one of the things that It's just here was a thing I saw like people were talking about, and it's
see if you had a colored water bottle, you wouldn't have any problems.
Like, nope, I'm not doing it. I was about to say something. I was like, nope. There
was this one podcast radio show that I listen to every week. They were talking about it, and kind of just talking about like how, like why do people feel compelled to say it instead of just saying the N-word? Because he had said it like multiple times. It was like. Again, when he was trying to explain it, he still said it instead of saying the N-word. And there was a really, really interesting thing that I saw happen recently, and it's just kind of plays into the whole thing of trying to make people understand, like, no, don't say it, period. There's no time to say it. It's okay. Even if you're describing it, don't say it. Because there was a really interesting thing that happened. Max Scoville, one of the hosts of IGN, he was writing... something. I think he had wrote like a song lyric on his Twitter, and it was like something. He wrote out nigga. He wrote out the N-word, and like Max is one of the nicest dudes in the gaming industry. Immediately, everybody like went to him like straight up, like especially all the black gaming Twitter people.
Yeah,
like went to him was like, Max, stop, take it down, and they kind of like. The Twitter equivalent of pulling somebody aside and be like, take it down. Here's what's wrong with
like that one game.
And he immediately took it down and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked up type thing.
They played that one game like racist or really need to tell you something.
Yeah, right.
And they pulled the really need to tell you something.
They was like, no. Because it was one of those things where if you've had any experience with this person, especially watching them for years, that he's been in the industry, like you have a good idea of who this person is. And then it's one of those seconds where you're like, it's one of those things that like, that was all I noticed when I read that. Like I was just going through Twitter, and I read his tweets, and like normally his tweets are goofy or funny or whatever. And then I read that Twitter, and that was the first thing I was like, why the fuck did you write it out? And then I clicked view replies, and everybody was like, why did the fuck did you write it out? Like it was immediately everybody was like, why? And he was like, like he's immediately was like, like backpedaling.
Yeah.
But yeah, he took it down immediately, and that was one of the things that like kind of played into that conversation they were having on that radio show. It's like, why do you feel compelled to need to say it? There's no reason to. In no situation. It didn't make it any more fun. It didn't make it your like your mouth didn't feel better. Like while you saying it, it didn't make any sense. It was so funny.
Didn't make your teeth whiter,
right? Yeah.
As Paul Mooney used to say.
That's the funniest shit ever.
I just said that to my dad.
And then
a couple days ago.
It's so funny, man. And then I was on the way home Friday night, and I was thinking about this whole like Schneider thing, and I made myself laugh because I was just thinking about it, and I was just thinking about him. And I was just like, man, I was like, trust me. He said, for somebody who says nigga a lot, that nigga says nigga all the time.
That nigga says nigga all the time.
And I was like, that's like
and it was just kind of going like, well, first he was complaining about the pizza sales going down regarding the protest for the NFL.
Yeah, that was first.
And I was like, first off, no, we're not going to sit there and blame that for that pizza.
Right, yeah.
Second, and then for this to sit there and go, and it's just like, okay, come on, like for real.
Like,
and
really,
then to do it again, it's like, come on, really? And then,
yeah, it's like, dude, you're falling down a hill, and money's flying out of your pockets.
It's like,
what are you doing?
You got no brakes on this bike going downhill.
Right,
yeah,
right.
And so for him to resign, it made sense.
Yeah,
$479 million.
Yeah,
that's quietly go off into the distance and continue being racist money.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell, look at fucking Sterling.
Oh god, yeah, he got paid $2 billion
to leave.
To still go be racist in some room, even if he's yelling at a potted plant, he's still racist.
So yeah, so there's that, and I mean, Papa John's they're gonna recover. Give it 2 weeks.
Right? Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
something pops off.
Yeah.
Social media gets upset. They do their high soap. They get on their soapbox.
Yep.
Hot dogging and grandstanding.
Yep.
2 weeks later, we off to get mad about something else or to cancel somebody else.
Yeah.
So with that said, what company you can't wait to see get in trouble?
Oh man, that's funny.
Because I have been waiting for Papa John's to sit there get knocked down a peg.
No, I have too, especially after the whole the protest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff that some companies do that annoy me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the fact that the Popeyes thing Like they try to make it out like that black lady is the owner of Popeyes, and the owner of Popeyes is white as the driven snow. Like it pisses me off sometimes. The whole McDonald's aiming towards black people shit, like
Mickey
that
D's.
little campaign shit they had where everybody was shucking and jiving, slinging sausage biscuits. I was like, "The fuck y'all doing?"
I missed that one.
Like it was everything. Everything. All their marketing was very clearly.
It's just like the herb. I get. It's making commercials to sit there and appeal to a certain demographic.
Yeah.
But it's just like with McDonald's and what's another one that it's just straight up pandering. The pandering
thing is
we know what you're doing.
It's the pander. I don't need you to fucking pander to me for me to make my decision.
Like I don't mind seeing me on a commercial,
right?
But don't sit there and just it's like, hey, what's going on? Go to Mickey D's and get you
a sausage biscuit. Yeah. This is how the South spells bread.
How you like your coffee,
right? Like, yeah. Like what the. And like I think the thing that made me even madder than that was the whole this is how the South spells breakfast is Mickey D's. I was like, you would get the fuck out of here with that shit.
And he pronounced it breakfast.
Yeah, right. He did pronounce it breakfast. I was like, I'm about to punch through this radio. God, man, that's the worst part of it. It's the pandering side of it that gets on my nerves. When any company does that kind of stuff, that's the thing where you're like, all right, motherfucker. And it's funny that all this. It's so funny. It's like it's the same thing that, and we don't usually talk politics, and this isn't really politics, but a lot of people think race is politics.
Stick to talking about gaming,
right?
Kids.
Right? Yeah. But here's the thing that it's been so funny. It's the same equivalent of like when you have like ghost hunters or like in Ghostbusters movies when they have something like, for instance, with the Ghostbusters movie, they use the slime. In order to agitate the ghost, the slime was running underneath the city, and it made the paranormal activity
the pink
like
ooze.
That made the paranormal activity kind of like ramp up. Mm-hmm. The whole Trump thing has made the racism ramp up, whether you want to admit it or not. Like people feel more
emboldened,
comfortable coming out of pocket. Internet checks them, and then we forget about it.
Yeah, and then they can continue.
Like the North. We don't forget.
What'd you say?
The North remembers.
We in the South right now.
Too early? Okay.
It's like, well, we in the South. I mean, like, what good is that going to do?
Yeah.
Unless they making another Underground Railroad.
Oh, God.
No, it was Game of Thrones. It's okay.
I get it. No, I knew what you meant, but I was saying just like throwing it out.
That one completely went over my head.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones. Just
Tracks.
I had to finish
I've seen
Westworld.
3 seasons.
Oh, yeah. I finished Westworld last week. I forgot about that.
All of them?
Oh, we get to talk about that? Okay.
We'll come back. We'll have to come back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead. Y'all thoughts, and then I want to throw in my thoughts.
No, go ahead.
On this.
Because we've been talking for the past, 10 minutes, and you haven't had a chance to yet, as far as Rob Schneider goes.
Apologies.
Rob Schneider's racist remarks.
So here's my thoughts on this.
John Schneider.
I'll get to who I want to see drop down a peg at the end. All right, so I'm going to run off mine real quick. So me being an alum from U of L, University of Louisville, I was actually pretty glad that they made swift decisions to take them from the football stadium. I'm wondering what they're going to do about because the card, like the lunch card or whatever you want to call it, the food card used to sync up with Papa John's as well. So I'm wondering if that's going to affect other business parts of U of L. He got taken off one of the buildings with the business school.
They're taking him off all the logos.
They're taking him off. Papa John's is taking him off all the logos, but he got kicked off the board of trustees.
Throwing away a bunch of pizza boxes.
That was the other big thing. He got kicked off the board of trustees at U of L.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's right. I forgot he was on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was a great move. I got to see a message got sent out before I seen it hit live on the to the rest of the world. So that was pretty cool that they was keeping us involved, at least letting us know things like that. Mm-hmm. Now, when I read the article on this, and I didn't do too much crazy extra research into it.
Right.
Webb, you shined a little bit more light onto the situation that I had previously known, but I was talking to one of my folks, and I was basically, if he was just saying, because I was like, I don't know the context of what that conversation was that led up to him saying his stuff.
Right.
But I was like, if they were talking about racism or getting more backlash than other people or stuff like that, and he said Colonel Sanders used to call black people blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. I was like, technically, there's no need for him to actually use the word.
Right.
Yeah.
But he messed up. Either way, he still messed up flat out. Even if he was doing I'm quoting Colonel Sanders here, like he did a whole quote or something, he still would have messed up. But the part with black people getting dragged from cars, like, yeah, he could be talking about that's where he grew up or something like that. But now if you weren't trying to be seen as a racist, it now sounds too close. Like, what does that have to do with anything? How does that fit in the context of a conversation? Right. Was my question, because I was like, if you give a pass on the first one, like, okay, he did a quote, and if he just left it there, I think he could have got out of it, because he'd have just been like, oh, I was quoting this and that, I know better, blah blah blah. He gets his big slap on the wrist, maybe slap on the butt, and then he goes on and he just needs to shut up for a little bit and keep doing his thing. But I think with the added stuff, like, what does black people getting dragged by cars, like by trunks of cars, have to do with anything? Like, why is that even a topic or
is
conversation?
That one of the better ingredients to your bland ass cardboard shit?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I was like, now it puts it. It's already bad, but now it puts it in like like no. Now this is from the heart. This ain't no, if you used to black people getting drugged down streets and you just saying nigga or nigger wherever you want to, then this ain't nothing new. And I was like, he is a corporate, like, he's a big name, so he knows better than to be like on a conference call.
Right.
Like, if he was gonna say these words, say that shit in private to your private friends who gonna let you get a pass, who's gonna let you cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gonna say this on a conference call? Like, no, you trying to fuck up. You fucked up. That's your ass. All right, go on back to wherever get you sent, or hopefully your Dante's Inferno, and you'll be all right.
Okay, so I found it. Okay, this took place in May.
Yeah.
This conference call took place in May.
Yeah.
Okay, after asking how he could distance himself from the racist groups that rallied in support of him online, Schnatter complained that Colonel Sanders of KFC fame never got public backlash for his remarks. Colonel Sanders called blacks niggers, said Schnatter, according to Forbes. From there, Schnatter reportedly talked about his life in Indiana, saying people used to drag African Americans from trucks until they died. That comment was apparently meant to show his antipathy to racism, according to Forbes' source.
But he used all the wrong words. like that's the part. I was like, when I was reading, I was like, it doesn't show that he's like a racist. It actually just shows that he used every wrong word possible, and he knew better.
And there's a much funnier way to say nigger. Just say the hard R. Just all you gotta throw it out there. It's
not funny at all. That's how people get punched. That's how people get.
It's like Colonel Sanders used to call the hard R. It's like
yeah, right.
All these jigaboos
that way.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not saying
Colonel Sanders used to call African Americans the hard R, or used to call them jigaboos, or other black slurs that aren't as taboo, or sit there, just bring them back, old school. Sit there,
He used to call them a minstrel.
All these porch monkeys.
Right,
goodness. They used to drag spooks across the tracks. Just double down, but be different.
I just love the fact that it's just like you just see him saying all this, and then it turns around and the board's like, Jesus Christ, man!
He's just going through the entire list. Oh man, when we used to have Sambos working or dancing for us before a meal.
Some black dude in the board meeting's head just explodes like Tyrone Biggums.
If you're gonna double down, be original, be creative with it.
Yeah,
I mean, damn.
Don't be lazy and ignorant.
If you are listening to Webb now, that shit's still gonna get you fucked up. It's gonna get you up out the paint. So do it, please. We can get you up out the paint for sure.
That's
be
so
original.
Funny.
Be classy.
Yeah, buy me out of OafDiscussions.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to see.
That's so funny, man. God.
Oh my goodness! But I had to have a whole combo with my mom because she was like, I heard somebody say nigger before, and I was like, and you gave him a pass? Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, they were talking about they were quoting something that they heard or somebody that was talking, like some other black person that was talking, and they said it. I was like, so immediately the that video where like where this guy, it's like a white guy and some black guys, they playing basketball, and the white guy says the N-word, and
Nigga.
and then, huh? Well, they tell the black guy, they tell the white guy, no, you can say it, and then they strip the black guy who let him have the pass.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, you gave your pass to him, so he can say it, but you can't. So they wouldn't like. Anytime he was about to say like the N-word, they would like swole up on him and act like they was gonna beat him up and stuff.
That's
like,
really funny.
And that's why I immediately thought was like, you just gave away your power. You just gave away your thing to the
swole up on the black dude.
Yeah, because they're saying like by him giving it away, he gave away.
Okay, so when they say they stripped him, meaning they stripped the ball from him, or they made him strip like in Belly.
Neither. No stripping happened on that YouTube.
No, he's
video.
saying like symbolic.
They told him like since black people can inherently say nigga.
Made him strip like Belly.
Since he allowed the white guy to say it and be cool with it, whatever, and was like okay with it, they said, okay, to fix that, you now, the black guy, can't say nigga anymore.
He's every
you gave your right away, basically.
Every time a white person says nigga, a black person must die. Because somebody let him get away with it.
Every time a white person uses the hard R, a black man loses his rhythm.
Yes. Oh, goodness. It's terrible.
That's what happened in the clubs them days.
Yeah.
That's it. So I had to have a whole conversation with my mom, but that literally popped in my head, and I was like, okay, let's take that out. All right. And I was like, so you was cool with it or whatever? They was like, I mean, they didn't mean no harm. I was like, yeah, and you can say anything that don't mean no harm. Like, I get it. There's context to everything, but I was like, but the problem is, you give a pass to somebody, or let's say not even you. I said, people be around people who give them passes. Right. They think everybody's gonna give them a pass. Right. No. That's not how this world works. Yeah. You better stay with your circle who's giving you passes and only say it in that circle.
Right.
Because outside of that circle, that pass don't count.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That coupon don't work. That's just for that business of y'all circle. Nowhere else.
You cannot use the fast pass once you've left Disneyland for the day, sir.
So
you got to pay for these rides.
We was having a whole conversation. My mom was like,
"You should reapply
for a new fast pass
when you show up. When you go back to your black friend,
post haste."
You know what I'm saying? But we had to have a whole conversation because she was like, "Man, I called you a nigga once." I was like, "You said GA and you meant it with love," and I was like, "But if you said that ER,"
he said, "Mom, I'm not trying to fight you right now."
Doing and had an issue. I was like, it dropped it. It just makes my skin crawl. Like, it just angers me in ways that
absolutely.
Don't need to be angry.
Y'all ain't had your parents hit you with a hard R?
Huh?
Y'all ain't have your parents hit you with a hard R?
Man, my folks hit me with a hard R, we gonna have an issue.
Right? Square up on somebody.
There might be some furniture moving. That I'm just gonna have to walk away and just, I'm like, you know what?
That gives more context to kids wanting to run away.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like I see y'all in Thanksgiving. Like I just catch y'all in like skip 4 holidays. I see y'all at the end of the year or something because I would be hot.
I will see y'all Juneteenth.
Right? Yeah. Once y'all find y'all's damn mind that y'all lost.
Yeah.
Oh, but what would that being said?
So, and the company I want to see fall or possibly is
It's such an interesting question.
I feel like it's somewhere between Value City. No, Furniture Liquidators.
Okay. Wow. Damn.
Furniture Liquidators.
You have a grievance.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Wow. I feel like it's gonna be like Heining Brothers, or like a Starbucks, like a coffee shop.
Okay. Like a coffee shop. Okay.
Did you?
No. The place I don't want to see is Krispy Kremes, and I'm afraid that they're gonna one day.
They are from the South.
Just say something.
I'm afraid Krispy Kremes is
some
gonna
left
fall
field shit.
I promise you.
Oh my god.
I just thought of two companies.
I like Krispy Kremes more than Chick-fil-A. Like I can let go of Chick-fil-A.
That was the one I was gonna mention. Like Chick-fil-A dodged a bullet before social media popped off as much as it did, or before Twitter popped off as much as it did. Mm-hmm. Like, granted, there were still jokes about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as them comments or something like that, now they just need to. They on thin ice at this point in time, so this can come back up.
But the funny thing is, now they constantly have this positive running joke against them. where everybody's like the whole Chick-fil-A, the customer service is unmatched. Where they keep showing these white kids chasing down people to give them back their change and their orders and stuff. So they have this kind of weird thing. So like it would take a drastic thing to derail, like somebody getting too comfortable, which is usually what happens.
I used to think all the Chick-fil-A's I was going to, they didn't have any black people working.
Yeah.
And I was like, not a manager, not even an employee, shit like that. And I stopped going to Chick-fil-A just because it was like everyone I kept going to had no people of color in any way, shape, or form. And I was like,
want white people serving you for your change?
Who's making this chicken? Which one of y'all's making this damn chicken?
It was just like the principle of like no one gets hired. Like,
well, here's the thing: there's 40 people working at a time. Somebody's at least one black person.
That's why that drive-through. That's why that drive-through goes quick as hell in the hamburger area.
Dude, oh my God, there's literally 40 people in there.
That line can be long as hell and you clear it out 3 minutes.
It's amazing. It blows my mind every time. It really does.
So Chick-fil-A is one company that I can expect to do something crazy next.
McDonald's.
GameStop is on its way out, isn't it?
They're fighting. They're done. The biggest thing with them is they're on borrowed time.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is they've shifted so much of their focus into the toys shit and the accessory and Funkos and all that stuff, which have no fucking overhead cost. And when you sell them, you're making so much back on them.
Yeah,
and they don't have to share that with anybody else like they would do when they sell new games. Now, the used game side of things is why people always usually in the industry tell if you want to really support a developer that you like, don't fucking buy their games used. Period, because they're not getting anything from it. Yeah, they're not getting that money. So that's the biggest thing that's keeping them afloat a lot longer than because they should have been gone. Probably, I would say, few years back now.
They're done.
But that toys thing has kept them afloat, and if it stays like now, eventually they will die.
All right, so
100%. They're on borrowed time.
All right, so Papa John's racism, Chick-fil-A homophobia. All right, so I think with GameStop, we just need them to sit there and just tell chicks to go back in the kitchen, and then that'll probably be the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah, it'll take them out something. Or we find out that they give back lower amounts to black people or something.
Or the CEO kicks wheelchair people down steps.
Something weird, yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I want them to be either sexist or ableist.
Well, here's the funny, right? Yeah. But here's the funny thing though is, and it's not even them, but Chick-fil-A's always on that. They're always used. One, they have that kind of running joke positivity thing, but at the same time, they're always used when it comes up to like the LGBTQ community, because a lot of people on the side against gays always jokingly use Chick-fil-A because usually they'll always say it's like on Pride, don't eat at Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A in the past has said they're not like their upper echelon. Their leaders have said they don't really fuck with gay marriage like that because they're a very Christian company.
Right.
Period. So there was like that picture that one crazy white chick put out, the one that's always got all the guns and shit that she put out, where she was like, they said don't eat Chick-fil-A on Pride, and she was like eating like Chick-fil-A and like smiling in the camera and stuff, that kind of shit. So they're always on that like that negative side of things.
Yeah,
but they just haven't.
But it's just more. It's more the supporters of that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all it takes, like you said, we need them like their CEO to like kick a handicapped person on the steps or something, and then they'll be out.
Yeah. All right. So I think as far as news go, that's the most we can make fun of. So now, if y'all didn't have anything else to add, we could probably go into some of the albums that came out this weekend.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, so this wasn't really an album, and I'm just kind of want to breeze past it or breeze through this one here. Summer Pack by Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
2 tracks.
I had a conversation that's really interesting. I think it's part of it. I think it is of course a result of nowadays people want what they want, and they want it now, and they want to be constantly drip fed content or music or TV shows. We binge watch everything. So it's interesting to see a lot of artists that are just like putting out music and material constantly.
And a lot of times without warning.
Yeah. And for example, one of the best examples I think as of recent has been Tyler, the Creator. every time he hears a beat he likes now, he does a version of the song and puts it out.
Oh, like back in the day.
Yeah, like just fucking.
When people used to quote unquote freestyle.
Yeah, exactly. He puts it like he literally does it like where a lot of times he'll leave like the hook in, like the original hook of the song, and then he'll just rap over like the verse parts, and then he'll put it out. Whenever he likes a song, he does that like constantly. At one point, it was on like a weekly basis. He was doing it, and then we have something like this where Childish Gambino puts out this like 2 tracks. There's 2 summer songs for the summer.
Yes. Those songs,
Trip
if this will finish loading.
Yeah.
Summertime Magic and Feels Like Summer.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Feels Like Summer more.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're fine. It's just, they're like right around, if you have a convertible top down.
They're very, I would compare them to like 3005. Where they're like, they're in that vein of like very like
Kawhi.
feel good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Kawhi, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. These 2 would have been on that.
Yeah.
100%.
I really wish Saturday was on this.
On Kawhi?
No. Saturday
on this thing?
would have been on the Summer Pack.
Okay, the Summer Pack. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like he knows. It's like he fucking knows he got a hit on his hands, but he don't want to fucking release it.
Yeah.
And it's pissing me off, man.
It's really funny.
I can't wait till that comes out, and he better hurry up too. Or
this album, I mean, this new album's got to be coming soon.
Yeah,
I enjoy these songs a lot. I mean, like you said, they're perfect ride around.
And honestly, they're perfect riding around, but they're honestly kind of disposable too.
Yeah. Which I think is one of the reasons why he put them out by themselves.
Yeah,
because he probably put them together, let some people hear them, listen to them for a while, and was like, I don't think these will make the album, but they are pretty good. I think people will enjoy them. Here they go. Throw them up on Spotify.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, we'll see what I haven't heard anything or seen anything about plans on making anything different with an album or anything like along those lines. But it's interesting. I think I'm starting to see where he is sonically.
Yeah.
As far as this upcoming project, it's a lot more instrumentation as far as like on a like island or African vibe, which has been the trend lately any damn way.
Absolutely,
as of late.
yeah, absolutely.
But it's kind of funny. It's just like you go from like funk with "Awaken My Love" and then with Kawhi, where it's just kind of like summer song, music type shit. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen coming after this.
Now, do you think he'll be more with this new project? Do you think he'll be more in his Childish Gambino MC shoes, or will he be more in his vocalist shoes, like we heard on?
I expect him to be more in his vocalist shoes.
You think so from here on out?
From here on out, with an occasional verse or this, that, and the other. More along the lines, because there's more gravitation to him as a singer.
Good.
As opposed to a rapper.
Now,
as a matter of fact, I forgot her name. She's a legend. She sat there and told him, it's like, you should really sing more. And apparently that stuck with him.
Yeah.
And it kind of, he's kind of right. She's kind of right. Excuse me.
Now, even with This Is America being out there, do you think it's still the same? Like, you still feel that way? About him going more vocal on this project than going more like back to kind of like the rap, kind of like hard.
I still think he's going to get more traction vocally than lyric or rapping, and especially with that whole controversy, which we never addressed last week, regarding American Pharaoh sounding. Like it sounds similar. Like This Is America was ripped or just pretty much ripped off American Pharaoh.
Right. Exactly.
So it's kind of I don't want to say his heart isn't in rap anymore. It's just like, he's big on Migos. Yeah. And they're still doing their thing. Yeah. So it's just kind of
I do like, even with like This Is America, it's not like he's not rapping like one of his verses the way he used to. It's it's more on like the message, and it's very layered. Like there's like 8, like we've talked about before, there's like 9 rappers on that song. Yeah. And layering ad-libs and stuff like that, and his verses not being that really complex, but every word spoken has meaning that plays into the overarching theme.
And it feels like, honestly, looking back on it, This Is America looks way more like a visual medium, and the song in and of itself was really just to accompany it. Yeah. It didn't seem like, okay, this is my single, and this is the video we're coming for. It's like, hey, this is my video, and this is the song that comes with it. Hey, if you want to listen to it, then Spotify.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I I never really thought it would be. I would hear it on the radio like that. But of course, where we live at, I wouldn't expect to hear it on the radio here. But I have since then. But when I was out in LA, was the first time I heard it come on the radio. And I was like, man, I never really thought I would just hear this as a song on the radio. Like, because I can still in my head visually see everything. Yeah. Shot every part of that video I can still see. But I never thought I would see it as anything but like the visual side of it.
Yeah, and the lack of gunshots don't really.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they had to like finesse it and massage it in a way that make it fit for the radio.
For real.
But it does, and it's one of those things where that beat though still fucking. I mean, it's one of those that you still, when you listen to it, you're like, yeah, you immediately just like, like
you make that exact same, you make the same faces he was making.
Yeah,
in the video.
Right. Yeah, you're like okay, like I can listen to this. Turn this up. Yeah, turn this up. Like it.
All right. So, well, that was more than I thought we were going to say for Childish Gambino. All right. Next up, August Greene.
I enjoyed it. My bad. I enjoyed it.
Very nice.
Summer Pack or
Summer Pack.
Sorry, I do apologize. Pack. Okay, sorry.
Sweet.
I thought you were on mute again.
Yeah.
No. I'm looking up. It's 50% off on Domino's pizzas. Nice. Menu price, 50% off. Any order.
Get that pan pizza. That's the jam. Get bacon on it.
This is like a meat lover, but I wanted a chicken pizza. But that's beside the point.
Yeah. That's good.
All right. Next up was I listened to August Greene by August Greene, which is a supergroup composed of Common, Robert Glasper, a pianist and producer, and another producer by the name of Kareem Riggins, who's also a drummer.
Yeah.
And
thank you for sending that to us.
They formed up this year after they won, after winning the Emmy for Outstanding Original Music and Lyrics for Letter to the Free, which is on Ava DuVernay's 13th documentary on Netflix. That.
Okay, yeah.
And they released August Greene, which came out this year. I don't know exactly how or when it came out exactly as far as the date, but I remember listening to Black Kennedy on Discover Weekly.
Oh yeah.
On Spotify.
Yeah.
And when I was listening to it, and I was like, that sounds like Common. Who the hell is this August Greene dude?
Right,
and then I said, went to it, and I said, like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. So they just formed a group. I was trying to figure out why they were called August Greene. Didn't see a reasoning behind it. Maybe I'll have to look at an interview or something like that, probably.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that Common is inspired by country noise, using live instrumentation for his lyrics. Give a nice little smooth sound to it.
Right, yeah. That's so funny.
Nah, but for real, it's dope to see Common experiment.
Yeah, absolutely. Because one of my favorite musical things as of recently was his Tiny Desk that he did at the White House with.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's so good with him and the whole band, and then with Bilil's with him.
Oh, okay.
He's with him, and just that whole setup with the vocalists and the flutes and the horns and everything. It fits him perfectly. For real. Because he can just poetically deliver his verses, and then the instruments just carry him beautifully through the songs. So yeah, doing it like this, I mean, it's
It seemed like a natural progression to go through for him.
Absolutely.
So I'm listening. I've heard it several times already. It's not. It doesn't go the normal route as friggin' albums that have been this year, they're either an EP or a novel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where we're at now.
So as a matter of fact, let me view how many tracks are there. Go to the album. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
Decent size. Decent. Or giggity?
Maybe.
Giggity.
Yeah, we'll take it. That works.
As I mentioned, I really enjoy Black Kennedy. A lot of them I really enjoy. I probably still got to come back to these and listen to them over for a fourth time. Nothing, unless I'm listening to them.
Yeah.
Nothing's really sticking out or standing out for me.
Right.
I'll probably have to just come back to this and just over and over and over again just to see if there's something that really just resonates more with me more than Black Kennedy.
Just kind of study it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what more can be said with Common? I mean, he's at a comfortable level where he's just he doesn't even he's just doing this music shit because he feels like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for fun.
Shits and giggles at this point.
Yeah, it's funny because like he's obviously iconic and he moved. He always has really, especially
He's cornered the woke brother market.
Yeah. But he's always the interesting thing about him. He's always moved pretty quietly. Like you kind of he just moves quietly, does his thing, and then he's like, oh yeah, here's an album. You're like, oh, or hey, here I am in a movie. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh shit! He's whooping John Wick's ass.
Yeah, like wait a minute, he's trying to kick John Wick's ass. Like, oh, okay.
Can I add in something?
Yeah,
I hope Common actually becomes like a star. Like I hope Common would be the person that I think could be an action star or like one of those like spy movie.
Oh, you mean
stars.
in film?
Yeah, in film.
Yeah.
Like if he goes, if he can maybe get that break, I think Common could like really become like a who's who of if he got the right roles.
Shit, if Liam Neeson can do it, then Common definitely sure.
I want to see Common as a spy. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I want to see him in a spy movie.
Yeah, because I like his delivery. I like the way he acts. Like his acting is good. It fits perfectly into like all the roles he takes. Fit him perfectly.
Yeah,
I don't need him to be a henchman no more. I want to see him as like Black Bond.
Black Bond, BB.
What was that movie with him and Queen Latifah as a romantic comedy?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
What the fuck was it called?
Because the one I always go to whenever I think Common, like acting wise, is Smoking Aces.
Okay, and what about Wanted?
Oh yeah, that's true. I always forget about that one, honestly. As far as like his involvement.
What's that movie called? Because Queen Latifah has cancer or something
Just
like that,
right?
Just right.
No, that was No, she was with LL Cool J for that movie, the one you're thinking of with cancer.
Jesus.
Last Holiday, I think it was called.
Okay,
there we go.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But no, Just Right was the one with Common and Queen Latifah. That came out in 2010.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
These ratings.
Metacritic with these hands.
Oh, and Paula Patton was in there too. That's another actress who like.
Who's it?
Paula Patton.
Oh, Paula Patton. Okay, yeah.
It's like, well, fuck.
She is literally. Whenever I hear "She Lives in My Lap,"
that's immediately who you think of.
See her face,
even though that was Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's the thing that fucks with me every time. I hate that so much. It drives me crazy.
It featured Rosario Dawson.
But Paula Patton's in the movie, right?
Idlewild?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's why I always think about her.
Oh.
Because that's her voice on it. That's Paula Patton's voice.
No.
What are you scared of?
I think he... No, Rosario Dawson's set was in the song on Love Below.
Really? See, I thought that was Paula Patton.
Yeah, check the liner notes. Yeah, Rosario Dawson is the one. She was featured in the Love Below on "She Lives in My Lap."
But Paula Patton's on.
And he was singing about her, like spoiler. He was singing about her while she was dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but it was Paula Patton in the movie, in Idlewild.
Correct.
Because that's where that song popped in on Idlewild was after she got killed.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, she's.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, spoiler.
No, that's too. That movie's too old. That's like spoiling like Jaws or something. Like, get over it.
I don't know if I've told you guys. That's the movie that got me into film.
Yeah, Idlewild came out 2006.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you said that.
Because it blended music that I was doing. It blended music side things that I loved, and then it was like, oh wait, you can the visual side you can do with this shit.
Carmen would have got you into that. Something like that.
I didn't really like musicals that much, which is weird.
I hate musicals.
Yeah. I love West Side Story.
West Side Story was a good one.
Yeah, that's like if you force me to sit down and watch a musical, I'm gonna pick West Side Story.
I can think of like Broadway lives that I like is like Avenue Q and shit like that, like the weird stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably. I think there's another one I like, but
you say Rent or Grease Lightning. I figured would have been more of Gary Speed.
I love the movie.
I mean, not Grease Lightning, Grease.
Sorry. I love the movie. Yeah, I love the movie. That's one of my favorite intros to any movie. That
Grease?
song, yeah.
Or the outside.
Grease is the word. It's the word. And the cartoons are like dancing. Like
is Idlewild technically a musical?
Yeah, technically,
Why
yes.
Why does my voice keep doing this episode?
Technically, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's why I've never went back and watched it.
I love that movie.
Because it was a musical?
Yeah, he hates musicals.
I hate music. Like they make my skin crawl. Like I can't sit through musicals. Like
I like that one because it was basically just like songs. We already had this a few of those. Probably 50% of the songs that are in that movie we had already heard before the movie. Right. So it was like basically a long ass music video. That's why I think Idlewyld's easier for me to stomach than normal musicals. Yeah. Just because that fact, I was just like, it's just a music.
It's video. Like Moonwalker.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Absolutely. You have that, or you have that kind of like thriller moment type thing. Except it's a full fucking movie, and then you got Terrence Howard in there saying.
That's why I said Moonwalker.
Then you got Terrence Howard in there saying Maine strong.
Oh God, yeah, I couldn't stand him as a villain.
Oh, he was. Oh God, he was the worst bad guy.
Shit.
Yeah, right. Shit.
I thought you knew I couldn't stand musicals. I respect the art. I
missed his character trait, sir.
Yeah, he respects it, but he hates.
I respect it because it's like because of the art.
Yeah.
But I can't sit through a musical. Like it drives me up a wall. My skin starts crawling, and then I'll literally just rather just walk out. But the problem is I will go like you have to probably convince me. Just don't tell me it's a musical, and then I'll be like, this is a goddamn musical.
Right? You're like, no, they're singing.
All right. Because I think it's how I seen was it High School School Days? No, not School Days. The high school one. It was like a big musical. It was named High School something.
Not High School Musical,
High School
right?
Musical. That one.
Oh, the one
I was
from Disney?
No, I seen it actually live.
Okay, that's a live version.
At the Kentucky Center for the Arts. I might have been working at it that day.
I thought you were going to say that's how you saw Les Mis or something like really like drawn out, like something really complex. Like you accidentally saw Les Miserables. Which is like a 5-hour
plays considered. Brent are there more plays? We're all in this together.
No, they're more plays.
Okay,
he's at Tyler Perry's.
Lion King, musical wise, couldn't stand. Visual wise, that's what kept me intrigued.
Are we still talking about live or the cartoon?
Yeah, we may have words. Live.
Oh, live.
Live.
That was my favorite. That's one of my favorite Broadway shows that I've seen. Like actually seen on Broadway. That's one of the only ones I've actually seen on Broadway.
You talking about in New York?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else has been like here.
Not your city Broadway.
No, like literally on Broadway. Yeah, Lion King.
The Broadway. Wicked's that's still my all-time, like one I've seen personally. That's still my all-time favorite.
Nice.
My favorite play is The Maintenance Man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, oddly enough, with Billy D and Theo.
Okay, so with
August Greene. I'm sorry if I forgot to close that. Yeah, close that out.
Okay.
If I had to give it a rating, I would probably give it a silver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm thinking hopefully it's good.
Yeah,
but nothing was great. Nothing really blew me away.
If we were going on the 10-point scale or the 100-point scale, if you want to be specific, it'd be like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, absolutely.
That's not bad. I've been checking it out there.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the instrumentation fits perfectly with Common, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where you're just like, okay. There's nothing that, like you said, jumped out. Now, what's next?
Okay. I'm going to go, this will be my last one. Because I'm sorry, what?
Is it the chore of an album?
I got you in a second. Okay, so Chief Keef, Mansion Music.
Okay.
I don't know why the fuck I even bothered to listen to it.
I'm surprised I missed that one.
Is it a full?
I
knew it was a full album. Okay. I knew it wasn't for me. I knew that I had no business. I knew I wasn't going to want to listen to this. Right, yeah. But I did it just for the sake of, hey, he may surprise me.
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't.
No, I'm good.
Did I finish it? I can't even tell. It kind of ran together.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Bronze, sure. Next.
Bro, it's fucking whatever. It's like slapping a stamp on something coming down a conveyor belt. Bronze, throw the fucking back of the truck.
Yeah, it wasn't trash.
Right,
but
yeah,
it was
exactly.
I had no business listening to it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
There was no reason I should have been listening to it. So,
I'm not going to.
I gave him a shot. I'm not going to call it trash because it's not for me.
Right, exactly.
That's fair.
Sire's Electric album, which was a version where he took, I think, 6 tracks from Sire and made an electric version. He called it electric, but it felt more acoustic than anything.
That's weird.
I listened to it and it's like, if I wanted a sleep mix, that would be it.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
But it was very. I felt like a sleep mix for one.
Okay.
I didn't feel like a need for this. This felt like unnecessary.
Okay.
And especially as far as the vocalization.
Yeah.
It was almost the exact same, even with these songs like Icon and Fallen and what were the rest of them? Those are the ones that stuck out to me.
Well, we kind of made the argument initially when we talked about the the Sire album when it first came out that it could have really been boiled down to about 7 tracks, period. And it would have been like right in that middle.
Yeah, it could have. Blue could have been an EP before Sire.
Yes.
Should have been an EP before Sire.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
And then you would have had 12 tracks left. I think 12 or 16.
And then pretty much you could have pulled about 6 or 7 out of that and had another thing and then just shaved off the fat.
Yeah.
And
you really could have made. You could have made 3 EPs off of Sire.
Yeah, you really could have. Which is funny because like stuff on there like Fallen that was old.
Yeah.
It's funny that there was it was kind of like stuff compiled over an extended period of time on there.
Yeah.
Because Batman had been out forever, Fallen had been out forever, and it was funny that it just kind of like this was kind of like an amalgamation of like over the course of like 3 years worth of music.
Damn near.
Yeah, which should have been separated up.
I would probably have to give that a. I think I'm gonna give that a bronze too.
Okay.
Just for the fact that, it was so unnecessary.
Right.
There was no point having that out there.
Yeah. Now, before I'm going to bring this up, but then we can go into the next.
Damn it.
Did you guys see those posts that I added you in where DJ Booth took
the albums that came out in 2018
and trimmed them down to 7
tracks?
tracks? Yeah. We'll get back to that.
I feel like we did that. I feel like you all did that already.
No, we never actually discussed
Gary kept doing it. Gary kept doing that to all the album. He's like, you know what? You don't even need that middle section. Just
that's kind of my.
We've been doing. Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's my move.
Okay,
now.
thank you. I see what you mean.
So, lastly, though, as far as our albums that we listen to,
all right, Rolling Papers by Wiz Khalifa. Rolling Papers 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
25 songs.
Jesus.
90 minutes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Right. Like what the.
But as I mentioned. 2018, it's either EPs or novels.
I heard about this. It was like, I heard about this like a day before it was coming out. I was like, oh, okay, new Wiz. It's been a while since I really listened to Wiz. I mean, since I really focused listened to Wiz. It's been years. But I saw the track count and I was like, God damn it. Why? I was like, I don't want to listen to all that. I was like, it's too much.
Is the album worth a smoking session though? That is my question. And what I mean by smoking session, from the time it may take potentially a person to get everything out, roll it up, smoke, enjoy, could they have this album in the background and be happy?
If it takes you 90 minutes to get all your paraphernalia,
they're just smoking a long time, man. They're rolling up a bunch.
All right.
They're moving slow.
All right.
Wiz Khalifa we talking about.
I could see. Well, I mean, yeah, that was kind of my problem here too. Well, I mean, I could definitely see somebody. I mean, hell, if you're a Wiz Khalifa fan, then most likely you're there for a session or getting a session off while listening to Wiz Khalifa any goddamn way.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't really looking forward to this album, just from looking at the track list.
I wasn't either.
And looking at the track list and expecting, and I was expecting the typical lyrics. It's like, rolling papers and
Why
he always sounds like he's from Cali.
He does, but he's from fucking Pittsburgh.
Always rapping about weed, money, hoes every now and then, like the majority of his catalog.
Right.
It starts off slow.
Yes.
It didn't start grabbing my attention until tracks 4 and 5, which was Very Special and Going Hard, respectively.
Yeah.
And I think it was more like Very Special was like the production just kind of took a switch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I think that's what perked me up or just kind of got me out of there. It came came across more dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Going Hard, I was like, okay, this is going on the ride or driving to work mix.
Yep.
Trying to get in the mood.
Yep.
My first time listening to Jimmy Wapo, rest in peace.
It was, yeah, mine
Blue
too.
Hunnits.
It's so funny because like I follow this Daily Loud Twitter account.
Yeah.
I have for literally years now. And they post, like, 4 years have posted a shit ton of Jimmy Wapo stuff. Like, new track, new video, new track, new video. And I'm like, man, this dude's huge up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm literally I never clicked on anything. Because I was like, I know it's probably not for me. But it was just funny because I was like, man, he's huge, whatever. Then all of a sudden, then he got killed. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, this was my first time hearing this stuff,
So, it's my first time hearing Blue Hunnits. Oh, I'm sorry, first time listening to Jimmy Wapo and another person that was big in Pittsburgh. Hardo, thank you. And this felt like Wiz Khalifa was more of a feature on his own song.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm thinking what he did was more like a tribute or like an honor. It was like, all right, honor Wapo. I'm going to sit there and put his song on my album.
Yeah,
which will probably help out with exposure anyway too. Just kind of,
Yeah.
So that's a good look for him if that's what he was going for with that. Oh boy, listen to this song. It is. No, I can make fun of this without making fun of his life.
No, it's not even a thing. It's the things that we constantly talk about, the things that we always talk about musically that we get either annoyed by or that are turnoffs for us music-wise. Yeah. It's cadence.
He came across like a Pittsburgh Chief Keef.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it. It really is.
He was frustratingly offbeat at several points.
Yeah, dude. That was
on the hook.
That was the big thing.
On the verse.
Yeah.
Which
it was like, it was to the point where I'm like, was this a verse recorded for a different song?
That's what
that Wiz was like, I want to put Jimmy on this album. Give me a verse,
but it still sounds like that's exactly what he went. That still sounds like that was the track,
right?
And it's just like it's very weird because there's a lot of new artists, well, not even new artists, but there's a lot of artists that are around where they just kind of they run off, and blah 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 blah, and just kind of they don't care about staying in rhythm because they know, oh well. The niggas is gonna listen to us. They ain't gonna be on rhythm anyway. They're gonna be high or drunk or they sit there. They just ain't got rhythm.
Right. It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's who it seems like that appeals to.
Right. Exactly.
As far as rapping off beat,
which is funny because I think that's one of the reasons why, being in the same vein as far as like, I don't even know what the hell to define the genre of besides just rap.
Yeah.
That's why I like somebody like Migos because they have a fucking stylistic rhythm to them, like a formula that they follow to exhaustingly.
And even when they're off beat, it still fits.
Yeah,
and it's not like it doesn't feel like they shit or like how you used to remember how you used to write your lyrics.
Oh, dude, oh my god, I used to be the worst because I would in my head when I was writing, I would write it and it would sound right, and then I would speak it and I'm like, fuck, there's too many syllables. And I would have to like completely redo it. Like, cause I was like, man, I could like make this work. I could say this, like this TH a little faster than this. Yeah. And it's like it's like doing long division with words. Yeah. And then you would say them out loud with the beat actually over them. And then you're like,
he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's like shit.
It's like, no. Like, oh my gosh, man!
And it was funny. I'll be like, it wasn't. Well, it was funny just at you getting frustrated.
Oh, dude, I used to get so mad because I'm like, well, Webb, you were
son of a bitch. He's just grab a notepad, start. It's like.
It's so funny because Brent didn't really get to see this on a regular basis the way Webb did. So it was like I would just like literally like I would get frustrated, grab my notepad, and then I would be like, I'm like, Webb, you record your verse. Like fuck it. I would like wait and record.
And I'd usually go last anyway. But it's like, exactly. Well shit. It's like
now we gotta punch up like to the end of the song after the second fucking hook. Let Webb record his, and then go back and record mine, and then like, Jesus Christ.
All right, so so as I said, it's not a new rapper thing.
No,
but they don't go back and redo their shit.
Right, they're not fixing it. Right.
Yeah. So that's enough on Blue Hundreds. Now Moonlight, it felt like he had a damn demo on this album because there was like 4 or 5 tracks where he was featured on.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
And so I'm guessing that might be Wiz's new artist or Wiz's artist.
That's what it sounds like.
That's interesting. Now, I'm surprised to see some maturity on some lyrics, especially on track 20. Specifically on his ex-wife.
God, it's so
on Be Okay.
Yeah, Be Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. As a matter of fact, some other tracks. Here are the tracks that I know for a fact that I could say I liked. Late Night Messages.
Right.
Going Hard.
Yep.
King. Karate / Never Hesitate, where it was like 2 songs in one.
Yeah, it's got Chevy Woods on it.
Yeah, and Be Okay. And I think I like Very Special. I may have to come back to that. I think the fact that it perked me up compared to those first 3 tracks, and then Very Special came out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, I think I just liked it because it broke that monotony.
Right, and the thing is that came directly after Blue Hundreds.
Yes, it did.
So that's a jerk of the wheel right there.
Yes, it did. Yeah, okay. I would have thought this actually will probably be a great album if we shaved this 25 track list down.
Yeah, I think we could.
Shave it down to 12.
Yeah.
And this would have been like, yo, this was a damn good album.
Right, yeah, it is half the damn album.
That ain't
There's
no
too many fucking
shave.
songs.
That ain't a shave.
That's a shave.
That's a cut.
drop.
That's from an afro.
Expel.
That's from an afro to a Caesar. That's from an afro to a Caesar.
That's Brent
10
losing
years
his
locks.
dreads.
Yeah, that's Brent.
There we go.
That's great. That's a good comparison. Oh man.
So and like as I mentioned before, like
right.
Moonlight's 4 or 5 track demo.
Right.
Get that out of there. So that's 20 tracks there.
Yeah, it reminded me of when what's the name first introduced Party Next Door to everyone.
Party Next Door was featured in this album too.
I've never liked him that much. I just don't like his delivery.
I don't blame you. The one song I absolutely love of his is well, it's technically not even his for real. It's The One I Want, or You're the One I Want by Majid Jordan.
Oh yeah, okay.
But anyway, but other than that, it's just like, yeah, when we first found out about Party Next Door, it was for OafDiscussions in one of the previous episodes, and we were sitting there going like, Drake just signed Drake. What's going on there?
Yeah. I remember those arguments
with those rumors about. Oh well, they're not rumors anymore about other people writing this shit.
Yeah.
We see we see why.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. That's funny.
I'm gonna give this a silver.
Okay.
Just because there were so many songs that I liked,
yeah,
but I had to get through 20 other tracks.
The thing is he padding the box score with the amount of songs.
That's bullshit with streaming.
Oh.
They're gaming. They're gaming streams.
Yeah.
So they can sit there and say, so like record labels can sit there and say, hey, we sold this many copies due to people streaming this many times. And that's Drake has done that to game his view or his score, his sales, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't mention how on Spotify he was featured on every single playlist.
Oh yeah, he literally broke like every record.
Yeah.
With that last album.
And like he was on gospel, he was on Latin, he was on like all this other.
He broke every record. He destroyed like the Beatles' old records. Like,
and this whole 20-25 track shit, Culture 2.
Yeah.
This is
that
like
one was a chore though.
It's very underhanded how they be doing this.
Yeah.
Like I don't fuck with it, and that's kind of why like the Surgical Summer shit with the all 7s, no 6s. As far as with that, I enjoyed that more just for the fact of, hey, this is what we got. We got a theme. Stick with it.
Yeah.
Tune in next Friday.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yes.
So your thoughts on?
I'm gonna give it a bronze. Just because I didn't like it that much, and I just can't like justify it any higher than that with the amount of songs I enjoyed to the amount of songs that there were.
Fair enough.
It's as simple as that. But yeah. I mean, this is no cushion orange juice, that's for sure.
It's no cushion orange juice. It's no Taylor Alderdice.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh man, gosh. So yeah,
I liked it better than Rolling Papers 1.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, these 25 track albums, man. I can't be doing this. So,
any closing statements y'all want to make?
Last kind of final things before we get out of here is got some stuff coming up as far as like new stuff to look out for. Chance announced that Kanye's getting ready to meet up with him to work on his album, so that's gonna be interesting. It'll just be
I feel I'm not gonna like that album.
Probably not. Other than that, of course, we got the announcement. These are just kind of quick, rapid-fire news to wrap up the show. Found out that Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, is that how you say it? Is it Y? Is it a Y pronunciation?
It's pronounced Joaquin.
Ah, okay. He's going to be playing the Joker in an origin movie, which I'm like, we don't need anything.
For real care.
Like, I don't. It makes me mad because I'm like, fuck. Like, I like him. He's a really, really good actor. And I don't want it to be wasted on an origin movie that nobody fucking wants. It's unnecessary. Like, it really is. It's the height of unnecessary. So, and with that being said, those are only two things I can think of that I wanted to add.
Yeah. It's like, give Joker a rest.
Yeah, please.
Like, Batman has an entire rogues gallery.
Oh, he's got so many.
Yeah.
So,
I like to see the Siren.
So many people.
Or,
for the love of God.
What was the one? I can't remember. Webb, you'll probably remember this one. The Batman fought basically was like the Illuminati of Gotham.
Oh, the Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. I hope they do. I would like to see that as a like live movie, like as a movie.
Yeah, that would that's the whole storyline would be dope as shit too.
Yeah.
And even if y'all want to, I mean, hell, I was really hoping they were going this direction. But it's depending on DCEU if they were going to continue with Ben Affleck. I was really hoping they were going to go with Jason Todd.
Yeah.
And have Jared Leto or be Jason Todd, who instead of being Red Hood, became the Joker.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So
due to that abuse and etc.
Hopefully we see something happen, because we're in kind of DCEU is kind of this weird nebulous point as Marvel is trying to put a bow on like 22 decades of just
all their stuff.
DCEU's been putting out movies like John Schnatter been putting out quotables.
Exactly.
Goodness.
Just tripping over your words.
Gosh.
But yeah, with that being said, guys, tell us what you think about the albums that we talked about. What you got?
Did we ever get our feedback on our Would You Rather? Did anybody ever see any feedback on the Would You Rather?
I forgot to check. We do apologize.
Damn it.
All right.
I didn't see any emails. But yeah. So guys, let us know what you think about the albums that we talked about, of course. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Let us know what we can improve about the show. Let us know what you like about the show. And of course, you can drop
Where are they? Oh.
Damn it. I was about to do it.
That's my fault.
Of course.
That's on me.
You can look for those and drop us those lines at OafDiscussions@gmail.com, OafDiscussions.com, and Facebook.com/group/OafDiscussions. Join that place. There's a bunch of good people in there. A bunch of our friends, mostly. Grandmamas.
Twitter and Instagram at OafDiscussions.
Twitter, of course, at OafDiscussions. Instagram at OafDiscussions. You can find me at KandKidSwift on Twitter, at future_ASC on Instagram. There are more songs coming for your listening pleasure as I continue to just basically put the bow on the album and release it. It's nice to, for once, because there's been constant, like in the past, of like wanting to do a musical project and then having it all planned out but not having the music done.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to like actually have the music done and then just being able to fucking like figure out the rest before you've even like kind of been like, it's coming. And that makes it so much easier. So with that said, like I said, more stuff will be coming. But Brent, where can they find you at, brother?
You can find me everywhere and nowhere, just like the Matrix.
Nebulous.
And but if you need to find me, hit me up. You can slide in the DMs. No, I'm joking. Don't do all that. I mean, you can. I'll still respond, but I'm going to look at you strange depending on who you are. But on Twitter at LLCoolB22, I think my name on there is the Legendary Shogun. I don't remember, but you can find me pretty much at that name practically everywhere.
Cool.
Unless you're playing the Switch, and then I am Gray Fox.
Sweet. Sounds good.
And yeah, that's what's up in my week.
Cool. Webb, where can I find you at, brother?
Well, catch this Webb at Webb859 on Twitter, Webb.859 on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Putting out one last thing. Before we go, starting the not really a challenge thing, but it's kind of a challenge I'll put out to the rest of everybody out there in Oafington. Starting the Rocks modified workout regimen this week coming up.
Wait,
if anyone would like to join, what the fuck take a look at everything, because you need to modify it. You can't do exactly what he does because you'll die.
The eating's cost too much.
No. The eating has been modified, trust me. And it's not that hard to modify, especially not looking at, because everybody always looks at his Hercules diet, which that's the real one that's like, get the fuck out of here. But his normal one is a lot more modest. It's just he eats so much a day. And if you're not going to be doing, of course, most people won't be able to do exactly what he does. Obviously, you just scale that back for a normal human, and then you can try to get close. But yeah, so if anybody wants to do that, just
send it to them.
Yeah. Everybody, I'll send you guys a list and everything in the diet, and then, like I said, it's not that crazy.
I do my own diet. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I'll send you the workout. But yeah, with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for joining us each week here on OafDiscussions. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Doses. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been OAF Discussions. Please listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play now, Stitcher, audio episodes on YouTube as well. And so that's all we have today. Thank you very much for listening, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate it. Peace.
There we are. OAF Discussions Pioneers.
Quickly
confirm.
Make the meme and then put the @ big thing on there with the stupid little graphic like every other goddamn internet comedian does. We got to get these views, baby.